Okay, first thing you need to do is make sure you have the colors coded correctly. When we build our atoms in a moment, you're going to have orange protons, blue neutrons, yellow electrons.
Yeah.
The energy levels you need to pay attention to will be on the first ring, you can have up to 2. The second ring, you can have up to 8. The third one, you can have up to 18. The last one, you can have up to 32. Now, let me show you all a couple of tricks before we do the rest of this. A minute ago, we talked about how atomic number also tells us the number of protons. And in a neutral atom, tells us the number of electrons. So, look up helium. Can y'all find that on your periodic table? Helium, there you go. Number 2, it's right here. For helium, the atomic symbol, He. Make sure if it says lowercase on the periodic table, you stay with lowercase. Because He, like that, means something different than this. Because this would be hydrogen and stanium. And stanium. All right. So, that wouldn't be right. Now, atomic number for helium is 2. Now, if that is 2, what is my protons going to be? 2. What will my electrons be? 2. Remember, we're dealing with a neutral atom, so these two numbers are going to match. Okay? And the atomic number, so whenever I figured that one out, I can fill in that one, and that one every time. So you might want to circle those 3 things, just so you have that.
So we're not doing mass number?
I'm getting to it. That's next. Now, mass number. Looking on the periodic table, the mass number is always the bottom one. So on helium, the mass number is?
4.
Not just 4.
5.
Tell me all of it.
4.00.
4.0026. Now, for our purposes, though, we need to round it. What do we round to? 4.0 rounds to 4. 4.0 rounds to 4. Now, to figure out neutrons, the way to do it is that number, the mass number minus the protons equals neutrons. 4 minus 2 equals 2. Pretty easy, right? Okay, this part right here, when you build your atom, each one you build, I have to check it to make sure it's built correctly. So you're going to be drawing? No. The ones you're going to be drawing are the ones on the other worksheet with the circles. You're going to be building in the back here. You're going to actually build the atom. I'll show you all in the back in a second. Right. Now, that first one, I gave you the name, right? On this one, I gave you the symbol. So you'd have to come down there, track down the symbol. O, oxygen. And then you can fill in the rest of it, right? On this one, I gave you the atomic number, 15. Remember, they're in order, right? Phosphorus. Okay. And then on this one right here, I gave you the mass number. Where's that? What was it? 24.305. So that's magnesium. Okay. So you just got to look them up based on the information I gave you.
So basically, you just gave us a piece of it.
Right. I gave you one piece. You fill in the rest.
Gotcha.
Everybody's got how to do this part?
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Okay, now we've done the first part, which was filling in that first line. Helium, atomic number was 2, mass number 4.0026, protons 2, neutrons 2, electrons 2. Now, the next stage we got to do is build the atom. I had y'all a moment ago write down what the colors were. As this right here. So we got protons, we got neutrons, and we got electrons. Now, what you're going to do?
Hold on. So some electrons are still on the same thing as the.
No, I'm just putting them out there right now so you can see what the colors are. So on this first one, what we need to do is count. Basically, look at the number of protons.
2.
Protons are 2. So you're going to put two protons in the nucleus. That's going to be these reddish orange ones. Next thing you're going to do is the number of neutrons in the nucleus.
2.
Again, it's 2. Just count out. We need 2 of them right here. And then the last thing we're going to do is the number of electrons. And again, this one's 2. Now here's where the tricky part comes in. On electrons, you always fill in the first row first. It's just like being at a concert. You always want to be in the front seat, right? So this right here, this one is built.
Okay.
Everybody with me on that part? Now, if I wanted to build one that had like a lot more electrons, I could start filling in the next row and keep on going for as many electrons as I need to be. I would never fill in like over to here and then start going up this side. Why not?
Because it would be
You're not on that row.
Yeah, because this row over here isn't filled in, right?
Nope.
So these electrons would all belong on this side because I have to fill in that second ring before I can go out to the next one. There's another spot there. And now I can go out to this next outer ring. Okay? Any questions?
Before you go to that one, don't you have to fill in these too?
So yeah, so I'd have to fill in this one here before I went out to number 4.
Is there any evidence that has more electrons than this?
Is there more than what's on here? Yes. This just stops way earlier than what real atoms do. Okay?